Okay, Ben Hovis again. The next section is going to be pretty big. It's going to cover like strategies and why we're using it, and I guess how to use it. I have some notes kind of in front of me, so I'll probably be looking down a good bit. It's going to finally get to some apps that you are going to want to try, which I kind of think is what everyone's after. I guess some projects too that we've done in class. So this is going to be a pretty big piece. So first off, getting the iPad in your classroom. I will have to admit that when I first got the iPad in my class, what I was doing was just basically trying to figure out how to use it, where I could plug in the iPad, and I basically was only using it where I was initially using a computer, which is just not necessarily what we're after, because the iPad is such a better tool than that. So I think at first everyone kind of is using it just as substitution of part of the curriculum that you're doing. However, in the big picture, I think that that's not really what we're after. The real idea is to almost create the curriculum with this tool that you have and with some of the really neat apps that you have. But it takes time. So I would tell you first, don't feel like you're doing a bad job if you're only substituting and you're only using it for research at first, or to find definitions instead of the dictionary that you maybe keep in a cubby. So at first, I thought I was doing pretty well, but just as of recently, I really feel like it's kind of taken on to the next level within my classroom, and I feel like now I can teach without necessarily the use of a book, without the use of worksheets and handouts, and I think I find it to be more effective with what the kids are doing and what they're able to do with certain apps, and then simple things like just taking notes. So there's a lot of different note apps, and simply telling the kids in math that we're getting ready to draw pictures and take notes and having them choose which note app they want to use. It's completely based on their opinion of the app, their comfort level with the app, and standing back and watching them take notes. They're so much more engaged than really pushing the pen or the pencil on paper. Kind of back to the note-taking piece, another really neat aspect that most of us have now is the use of Apple TV. Being able to carry my iPad around the classroom and walk around with my iPad up on the smartboard allows me to be able to write, to be able to walk, to be able to check out the kids' work and see if we're doing notes, make sure that they have things done correctly, make sure they're writing stuff down. A really neat aspect of it is, like recently, we were drawing graphs and we were using an app called Penultimate, and watching the kids do their graphs and then noticing things, I could ask a kid to throw their graph up on Apple TV, and then all of the students in the classroom could analyze one student's graph and give them positive feedback, maybe tell them something that was missing. Then we could go to another kid and have them put theirs up and go through the same process. And what was really neat doing that is I was watching students take in they were filtering all the information that was coming in about each other's graph, and then they were making their graph better because they really wanted their graph to be on the board. So they were really getting all the little pieces of what makes a bar graph perfect. I decided while I was filming this that it would be useful for me to maybe have some of the kids email me some of their notes that they've taken, so that you can see kind of what I'm talking about and see how organized their notes are and personal their notes are. So Most recently in math, we've done geometry and we've done graphing. So I asked them to send some of those notes. So please feel free to check out these next images and kind of see these are kids' notes. So this is penultimate, which I show later also in the video just on apps. This one's been really cool for the kids though when they have to draw, especially in math. The next app, this one's just the Notes app that everyone has. The kids have just found out how to use it better and to make it nice and organized like this one. In Classes, this is the next app. It's cool because they can record directly and they can take pictures and video and input it right in. And then this one is just Notes Plus, which allows you to draw and type, which is kind of unique. Usually the best thing to do, honestly, is just to give the kids the iPad and let them help drive the curriculum. Let them help be creative. They are almost your best tool. So as far as a great strategy is just let them play. Let them create. Let them explore.